Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. This is Laura with Stitchin with Laura. How's everybody doing? I hope everybody is having a great Saturday. Well, welcome to Autumn Saturday, and we are going to be starting this beautiful, gorgeous pumpkin. And let's see, the color that I'm using is 3765, I believe. Yes, 3765. And I'm starting in the upper right hand side right here. And someone asked me if I would demonstrate how to use the needle threader. So I have one of these needle threaders, has a small end and it has a big end. And I put the hook side up. And I put it through the needle eye, and there's a little edge. I'm hoping you can see that little edge. And I put the thread over that and pull the needle right straight through. Now I wanted to show you using, oh dear, hold that thought, there'll be a hot moment. I wanted to get one of the silver ones and show you that one too, because this is your most common one. So it comes like this in the little toolkit. It has a little side and a big side. Has a hole in the middle. You can attach it to something if you want. Okay, so on these, I'm right-handed, so I hold the threader in my right hand, needle with the hole side up, put the threader into the needle holder and just hold it there. Then take your thread in your left hand and hook it on the hook, hold it out and pull through just like that. And that is how that works. So yeah, I like them even though the needle eye on these are nice and big. I cannot use either one of this one or the one that I started with on my very fine, very small needles. If I do, I have to go really, really slow, because if I catch that, I'll break that needle or break the eye of the needle. So every once in a while I can get that done if you're just using like DMC, but it doesn't work real well for sulky. I have to just thread it the old-fashioned way. But I thought I would demonstrate that right off the bat. So I thought we'd start over here since this had a whole lot of symbols and it would be easier. Yeah, but I'm seeing that it's about the same color as the background. Not so bad, but it'll be fine. But it's so much easier to stitch and talk if I don't have to keep stopping and starting here. So yesterday my daughter and I didn't go anywhere. Trip the light fantastic. Now, I went out for a little bit. I'm still on the hunt for a rocking chair. I went to the thrift store that we go to here in town, not the other one. I wasn't driving all the way down to Salida today. And I went to the Restore because they have lots of furniture. He gets stuff from auctions or just, I don't know exactly where he gets all this furniture, but they have a lot of furniture there, and they have things to redo your house like fixtures, and sometimes they have lumber and all kinds of, and paint, and they have cabinets, that kind of thing. That's where I got my cabinets at. But there were no rocking chairs to be had, so I came home and stitched a little bit on my other pumpkin. And what else did I stitch on? Oh, I was stitching on something. I have no idea. Oh my goodness. It's just like I pick things up and just stitch. Oh, I was working on the desert thing. Desert blooms. So I about got that rock fixed that I was working on yesterday morning. Or yesterday afternoon, I should say. Oh my goodness. It's been a day. We're gonna do this because it's too wide. It keeps catching over here on everything else. And I decided I may have to order me some more clips. Let's just do that. We're getting it, guys. We're getting it. We're so organized today. There you go. Now you can actually maybe see what I'm doing. So not a whole lot going on in my world yesterday. Took out the trash, you know. The stupid crap that has to be done. What is the problem here? I really like this blue. It's kind of a teal. And I'm so glad this is a 45 by 45. Something nice and small. Not real hard to deal with. I can take it and just sit and stitch. No back stitching, no French knots. Yay! I mean, you can put in all the back stitching that your heart desires, or French knots, wherever you like, because it's your cross stitch. Make it your own. Yep, you can even put, what is that stuff, Kreinik, or is it a toile? Is that the word? From DMC. It's kind of a shiny, slick thread. Yeah. In my experience, it's a pain in the neck. But hey. I mean, I don't mind it if I'm just doing a little bit of it, but if you have to do a big area, I'm just messed up. Nope, can't do it. I can barely get through the small area. I just don't like the way it feels in my hand. It's just crinkly. If there's a word that would cover it, yeah, crinkly. I'm gonna just pull you over just a bit. Didn't watch anything new and exciting on Netflix. Just sat and stitched. Watched the football game the other night, so don't know if I'll watch a football game this Sunday or not. Can't say for sure. It's just every once in a while. The weather was really nice, except it was a little windy, so I couldn't sit out on the porch. I mean, I could sit there, but I couldn't stitch out on the porch. So, it wasn't cold, per se. I mean, the wind was just maybe, we'll call it 15 to 20 miles an hour. Yeah. Not bad at all. But, ran in, went to the grocery store, you know, when I went to those other places, and picked up a couple things that I forgot to pick up, you know how that goes. Yeah, it was just there. What was it? Thursday? Yeah. Some days. Oh, let's get stuff so we won't have to go out on the weekend. Well, technically I didn't get there on the weekend. Today it's the starting of the weekend. Everybody else's weekend. Oh, geez. had my leftover brats. I want to get through those. So I fixed them the other night, and I don't like to keep them too much. They're never going to make up to like Tuesday, Wednesday, so we'll just get those taken care of, and then maybe today I'll make that chicken fried steak. I'll start, you know, about 3 o'clock and have like an early dinner and not have to worry about it the rest of the day. Have a big meal like that. Maybe I'll have a little snack like 9 o'clock or so. But yeah. So don't really worry about it. This is nice soft fabric. Must be some of that newer fabric. It doesn't feel all rough. This feels more like a Joy Sunday type material. So, anybody else got any plans for today? Gonna go do anything exciting? I think sometime in the next, we'll call it month, they have a cider festival. Or, I don't know if they call it a cider festival or an apple festival. There's a place, and it's called Taylor Farms, I think, or something like that. And they do things with the kids. Like, the kids get to go, that are in grade school, of course, there and see the animals and all that kind of stuff. But then they get to see or have like little treats while they're there or something. I don't know if they're still doing that anymore or not. They did it back when my kids were little. I know, that's been a hot moment, right? 15, 20 years ago. But I think my grandson went. And he's only like 13, you know. So I think he got to go, though, when he was in grade school. So we'll see if they get to go do that for like autumn stuff, but I don't know when that is. My daughter did mention going down to Walmart. She had to get some extra shirts for my grandson. She wanted to know if I wanted to go, and I said no, not this week. Maybe next week, you know, when I get paid and all that stuff. I just don't like to go when I'm not short of money. I just don't have money to burn at this point. Not until I get paid, so it'll be fine. There really wasn't much I needed down there. Just looking around, and of course I like to take everybody to lunch when we go and all that, so. And I think my granddaughter will go with my son-in-law to work. He works for the landfill, so every once in a while he has to work in what they call the booth. Like, you would drive up and say, hey, I've got this load I need to drop, and then they pay for it or whatever, depending on who it is. And so somebody has to man that booth, so my granddaughter can go there and sit there and play on her Switch or watch whatever he's doing or help or whatever. She's getting a little bit older, so I don't know that she can or can't help, but she's allowed to be in there, and she just sits there and does her own thing. Usually she's playing on a game, and I think he kind of has a half day on Saturday or something. So I don't think they're open full hours on Saturday. And of course, our trash was late and not here yesterday, so it'll be here today because of the holiday last Monday. So, fun times. Ah, could not find the hole to save myself here. I just love this new fabric that they're using these days. It's nice and soft and it holds in your hands really well. I know I'm going up and down because I couldn't figure out how to get where I was going. Oh my goodness. Some days. This has a lot of that, where you see the blue right here. It's like all over. And that's all 939. Oh yeah, it'll be fun. But I kind of like the way it's, you know, done. Like, you can just do little parts and work in it. It's not a great big huge ginormous area. So that's always special as well. So it's not so daunting. You'll have this, and then you'll have that 939 right next to this color. I don't know, for some reason I thought this was going to be way bigger. Like maybe 50 by 50. I don't know. I either think it's going to be bigger or smaller, so I can't win. You know how that goes? Yeah. You can't win. But I think this is a really pretty picture. But like I said, I'm glad it's 45 by 45. And it's not so huge. I don't know where was the other day, but I was looking at something and it was kind of long and skinny, and it said it was like a 60 by 34. And I'm like, no, that can't be 60 by 34. Well, they had it written wrong in like the top description, you know, like when you click on the page, it'll say blah, 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 and it's 60 by 40 or whatever. When I scrolled down in the description thing, it was like 150 by 50 or something like that. Yeah, I'm like, no, there is no way that that's that size. So it must have been a misprint. I can't even remember where I was at or what I was looking at. I mean, I remember the picture, but I was like, nope. And I actually think it's one that I already have, so I didn't order it. I chickened out. I like working on my big one. It's going to be so cool when it's done. It's just got a little bit of confetti to it. So I just keep moving along on it, one thread at a time. That's all I can do, right? But I like the way it looks. And I like the colors in it. That they're kind of got a yellowish, reddish, I don't know how to explain, yellow tone to it. But it reminds me of the ink drawings that they had back then. I'd like to find something that was in like an ink drawing style. But I haven't seen any done. It always looks so cool when they're painting. And it's kind of like a watercolor wash. So they put it down and then it just kind of bleeds down into the paper. It is so pretty. I could sit there for hours watching somebody paint that way. It's amazing what entertains you, you know? You get all the free entertainment you want on YouTube. Yep. Some days I'll just sit there and watch them do woodworking on a wood lathe, just because I like to see it all come together. And I watch one guy, he restores paintings, taking all the dirt off of it. It's just calming. And bringing the whole painting, you know, back to life. It was really interesting. I was watching something at one point where they were restoring like old Chinese tapestries that were on linen or on silk. I guess they were on silk. I was like, man, you'd have to be pretty darn good to work for those people, because you mess that up, you might as well kiss your life goodbye. But yeah, no. I just think it's interesting how they do clean and restore things, and I'm glad that we're able to do that, that we don't lose any histories. And I don't care if they're working on something in China or England or whatever. I mean, it's just fascinating to me. And some of those tapestries, it's just beautiful, and people are so talented. And they have such a light touch. That's something I've never had, is a light touch on anything, actually. When I was younger, I used to always pull my cross stitch too tight, and I finally broke myself of that by doing quilting, because I couldn't pull that thread super tight because I hand sewed all my quilt pieces together. Yeah, I'm that crazy person. So yeah, what can I say? It happens. But my mother used to get so mad, and that material would look like somebody just tied a complete snit in the whole thing. Because I wasn't using a canvas. I'm not a canvas, a hoop. You know, I was using whatever that cross-stitch stuff was that was printed on, call it like pillowcase type stuff. It was cotton material, but yeah, it was really fine. It wouldn't have been something I was going to actually cross-stitch in the lines of the material. These had X's marked, printed on them, so that's all I really had to follow. So yeah, what can I say? Alright guys, well, I think that is going to be about it today. Let me get this and put it down so we can see what area we got. So that pink just continues. I don't know if it goes towards the bottom or not, but it's like halfway across the top with that lighter blue. So we will see. Yeah, see, it's kind of dark down in here. So that blue that I'm working on is like a half circle over that pumpkin, if you will. Yep, it's going to be awesome. Alright guys, thank you for joining me. If you liked this video, please give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe, and please hit the bell. That way you'll know when my next video comes out. Stay safe, stay healthy. We'll see you next time. God bless. Bye-bye. Keep stitching.